Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today we have a review on another AliExpress item, and this one's actually pretty special. So it actually was delayed in the mail for like a whole entire extra week or so. So let me just get this open. So you can kind of see it already, but it is this. If I cut this packaging open right here, which you can't see too well what it is in the packaging because of the glare, but if I cut this, you can see a little bit better what it is. But here it is. Here is a bootleg of the collecta koolasuchus, which I actually was waiting to get the collecta koolasuchus for quite a while, so I ended up seeing that they actually made a bootleg of it on AliExpress, so I ended up getting this one instead. Since this was actually only like, I think, a little bit over $2, which is an insanely cheap price for this figure, especially since the original one is like 20 bucks, I think. So yeah, it also did come in a alternate paint scheme, a red one, but this is the one, but the this one was cheaper, so I decided to go with this one, which this one actually is the same color as the original, so I guess this is a little bit better. But let me move my camera a little bit closer so we can take a closer look at this figure. First, it has this Animal Kingdom tag, which I have gotten a few other figures with tags like this. So apparently this company just makes a lot of prehistoric creatures, but they make some pretty nice bootleg prehistoric creatures. So yeah, first you can see the head looks very nice. You can see the two eyes on the top. Here's its wide open mouth, a lot of texturing. Has nice teeth. Here is the upper part of the body, nice wrinkling. You can see the feet, a very nice detailing. I'm gonna go down to the tail. Side. It also has a lot of like light green spots going down the body. Has a minorly like brownish red tint going down the back on the fin of the tail, and then also on the feet. And then it has brown coloration on the bottom of its feet as well. So yeah, inside the mouth is a nice pink color. But looking at this like right off the bat, I don't think you would be able to tell this is a bootleg of the collecta koolasuchus. It doesn't really look like it. But yeah. Let's get into the size comparison for this figure. So, I'll just get my tape measure. This figure measures in at roughly just barely over 7 inches, but if the tail was fully extended, it would probably reach about 8 inches. And then in height, which there's not really any height, it's probably 1 3/4 at the top of the head, which is the highest point. Now let me get the figures to compare those two. So our first size comparison here is next to a Jurassic World human figure, which I think that's actually kind of in scale for a koolasuchus, since koolasuchus was pretty big, but I don't think it was too like really massive. But yeah, I think this is in scale with koolasuchus, so that's actually really nice. But next we can compare it to an Atrociraptor, but you can see that these figures are about the same length. Pretty interesting. Also, let's see if it can actually fit in the mouth, kind of, which is also really interesting. Next, this is kind of a random one, but here's the Jurassic World Cryolophosaurus. You may be saying, why would I compare it to this? But Cryolophosaurus and koolasuchus are both kind of from Antarctica. Well, koolasuchus is also from Australia, but it also kind of lived in Antarctica a little bit, so decided to compare it to Cryolophosaurus. Especially since this is like one of the only prehistoric amphibians I own. Next, we have Nothosaurus, which is quite a bit smaller than this figure. And then we have also a little bit of a random one, but the Bandai Pac-Man frog, which you can see is much smaller than it, but I like to use this as Beelzebufo. So yeah. Next we have another figure from this kind of lineup called Animal Kingdom. But yeah, here's the Kepalestis, which you can see. Again, this is actually also really high quality, along with the other ones from this lineup, which I'll be showing. Which I actually did find out that these are also bootlegs, these few other prehistoric creatures. But yeah, these are actually a little bit different. I think they're a little bit bigger than the original, and also the originals have, you can kind of see that there's no hole at the bottom because they used to be like actual models that go on stands, but these ones aren't. But next we have this Eurypterid, which I just recently found out is not supposed to be Pterygotus. Even though I always refer to it as Pterygotus, I can't remember exactly what it is, but yeah, that's actually pretty cool. That's compared to that. Next, we have it compared to my Camarasaurus, which again, these are also Animal Kingdom figures, which is actually the same length as the koolasuchus. The koolasuchus is much wider. And last but not least, here is it compared to the Anomalocaris, which is actually quite a bit longer than the Anomalocaris. Also, this is much heavier than any of the other creatures from this lineup. It's actually pretty heavy. Also, the coloring and texturing on the underside is actually really nice. Kind of looks like a kind of gone bad avocado. And also the tongue is really smooth compared to the rest of the mouth. But, yeah. So, for my final thoughts on this figure, I would 100% recommend this if you cannot afford the Collecta koolasuchus. And, it's actually, I don't actually have any Collecta figures, so I can't really compare it to those. But, this seems really good quality. It's, like, completely solid, like, plastic. It's, like, not at all hollow like I thought it was going to be. It's actually some pretty decent plastic. And for the price of, like, $2.50, I think, this is actually, like, a really good deal. So, yeah. I will see you guys in the next video, and goodbye.